Welcome back. As always, this is Kondrik, and this is the RockHouse Snapshot server. I have not, well, the server has not been updated to the latest snapshot yet with the rabbits or bunnies or whatever you want to call them. But I wanted to get on here anyway, show off the completion of the village. All I really have to do now is put in all these doors, which I'm going to do here off camera real quick. What I'm going to probably do is put the first floor of each of these buildings first, and then once that's done, then I can tear down the temporary structure, wait for the villagers to migrate to the new buildings, and then I can add in the rest of the doors. I probably don't have enough doors to go all the way around the whole thing yet, but I will soon. Let's see. Okay, good. And an interesting thing I've noticed is if I wander around these fields, it doesn't take long for me to pick up stacks and stacks of potatoes, because the villagers just keep throwing the raw potatoes at each other. So that's kind of cool. I actually have an idea for a very passive automatic farm that I want to implement once I've got more of the village going. And as you can see, I've also cleared out space for the path that I'm going to have here. And I'm probably going to try to work on that this episode, very possibly. But before I do that, or also this episode, I'm not quite sure how I want to, what order I want to do things in. But I also want to, wow, that was a full stack. Okay, so each level is a stack, which means I need 2 more stacks total to fill in the doors in all these houses or hotels or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, so I'm going to tear this down and see if I can figure out what I want to do with these paths real quick. And I also, what I got distracted from saying is I also about here want to start a staircase down under the path that leads over towards where the iron gets collected, and have a little bit of a storage room underground. So I'm going to continue working on setting up these doors and clearing out the previous doors, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, well, it seems to have worked. There are villagers in most of the buildings. Oh, there were some babies in that one. I guess they decided to move to a different one. But yeah, so at least half of the buildings have villagers in them. And I haven't even placed the other doors yet. I also removed the temporary doors that I had in the at the ends of each street. For now, just to get the villagers to migrate to the center a little bit easier. I'll be adding those doors, well, not specifically those doors, but I'll be adding little guard huts back down at the end, or something of the sort, just to get the village border to spread a little bit. But it does also appear, it also appears that the iron golems have discovered that this whole space is a village, because they're wandering around everywhere, which is good. It means that I may actually be able to start getting some passive iron once I have a space for the golems to wander. And I think that's what I'm going to do now. I also managed to get back more than 2 stacks. Well, I managed to get back up to over 2 stacks of doors, so I can fill in the rest of these layers when I'm ready to. But I think what I want to do right now is get some streets going, and I think I'm going to use cobble for the actual street surfaces. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to give it a try and see See if I like it or not. Oh, I figured out between cuts what was causing the weird textures. It appears that the 3D Textures resource pack was having some issues with the snapshot from what was it? What snapshot am I in? Week 26C. For some reason that snapshot isn't supporting the 3D textures. So that's unfortunate. I was really enjoying that resource pack, but you know, take what you can get. Let's see here. I also want to... I'm going to do the double slab thing as the sidewalk, I think. I'm not sure. I may have to move this out one. Actually, I think I will. Because I want to have... Oh, yeah, because I'm going to have stairs. Right, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to have to move this out one and replace this space with the slabs. Like that. And carve out around the edges a little bit. The sidewalk actually... I'll figure it out. I've got to figure out what I want to do. But I'm going to go along there, and then down here will be where the stairs go, which I'm going to probably have a 3x3 area here, and it will go down away from the center of town, connect to a platform, and then down to a combined platform from both sides underneath, and then there will be a path that heads back toward the center. That'll give me tons of room for chests and things like that. Actually, I'm far enough away. I might have it go underneath this way, and then connect up and have each of the houses have a shared basement or something. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's a brief update. I'll come back when I've made some progress on the sidewalks and things. So I'll see you again in a second. Alright, well, I have made some progress on the road, and it looks like the villagers are enjoying their living spaces. All the way up to the top, even. Yeah, so I put on the rest of the doors. I finished clearing out the, well, I don't remember if I did that between the last cut and this or whatever. But yeah, so the original breeding cell is cleared out, and I've done a little bit of work on the road. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with it. I think this is too tight. I think this is too narrow right here, having stairs on both sides. I actually really do like the look of the cobble slabs coming up to the stone slabs. Whoops. Like that, because then it makes it look like it has an actual curb. The question, though, is whether I should have the cobble slabs right up against the fountain, or whether I should leave it like this, where the fountain actually looks like it's taller than the curb, without the cobble stairs. And I think I do like this. I just can't decide whether I like this style with stairs on the inside, or the other style with no stairs on the inside. And get in there. Yeah, I can't decide. So I'd like some feedback in the comments. Ah, what a beautiful sound. Sound of iron being generated. Yeah, leave me some feedback in the comments. Which one looks better? Basically there are three options. There's stairs on both sides, which I think looks messy and doesn't really leave a wide enough path. Then there's stairs on the inside, which leaves the curb look and makes it a smoother transition up to the fountain. Or there's the option of no stairs at all, which leaves a curb and makes the fountain actually stand out a little bit better instead of just being another curb with a ramp going up to... Wow, that was fast. But yeah, so that's the options for that. I'm gonna probably fill most of it in without stairs, just because I'm I'm out of cobble at the village right now, and I don't feel like going back over to my my other house. But if enough people, if enough people are interested in, or if enough people say they like the idea of stairs around the fountain, then I'll put back the stairs, or I'll add in the stairs around the fountain. I really don't think this one's gonna look so good, and I really like the look of having a curb here, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I also cut down a little, well, probably the easier way to show it is I carved out a little staircase right at the end here that just lets me get down to this chest. And I've actually been just randomly throwing stuff into the fountain so that I can keep my inventory space clear, which means that it's all been getting picked up by this chest. And yay, I don't need wood tools anymore. I've got quite a decent amount of iron, actually. That is nice to know. Okay, I will not be using any wood tools from now on, or stone tools for that matter. This will be getting covered up by the road, which is why I want to come over here. And, you know what? First thing I'm going to do is make an iron shovel. But, yeah. So, okay, yay. We've got golems. I might just add the stairs all the way around the edge, just because then it's easier to shove the golems into the fountain when I don't feel like waiting for them to wander on their own. Alright, so we'll go that and that, just so I have a spare iron sword, and I can just toss that back in there for now. Alright. I can just toss that off to the side. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to clear out... let's see. I'll probably want to put a fence around this because villagers are stupid and damage themselves. But I'll... let's see here. I'll go like this. Oh, I can make an iron pick too. I'll do that eventually. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come like this. Whoops. I'm going to come over here. And I probably will use stairs over here. So I'll, see the road. How do I want to do this? I don't know. I'm going to, you know what, I know I've been cutting a little bit, but I think I'm gonna start actually doing more cuts in my videos to keep the boring stuff out and help me get to the interesting stuff faster. So I'm gonna cut again. I'm going to try to figure out how I want to do this staircase. I might go down to and then over that way and then back. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out off camera, and I will be right back. Alright, and we are back again. So over here is where I was going to put the stairs down. And as you can see, I started. I decided to change the way it was done. I was going to have just something sloping down from here, but I realized I couldn't really do that in a way that made sense. So I was trying to think about it, and then I remembered how, because I live in Philly right now, how Philly has these access points to the subway stations in various areas, which is basically, let's see, let me get some glass panes. I think I have some in the chest here. The subway stations are basically places under, okay, oh, they're there. Yep, found it. Oh, I already had some. Okay. The subway stations are basically underground tunnels and whatever where the trains are accessible, and they have areas that come up to overground because obviously you have to be able to get to the train station. They have stairways down to underground where the subways can be accessed. And usually they are just some stairs going down Let's see here. Let me see if I can do this without wasting any glass. Why am I must be lagging. And you words. And you just walk down these stairs underground to where the train platform is. So let's go here almost. And I'm going to have to replace that torch, but for now I need light in this area, so I'll leave it like that. I may switch out the glass because I know in vanilla this glass looks hideous. But yeah, so I'm going to have this on both sides. Now normally the subway stations, one side of the street would be the train going one direction and the other side of the street would be the train going the other direction. The platform would actually be straight in front of you and the train would go under the road. But in this case, I just want it to come down and then continue on down to where the chest is for the iron farm. So I'm going to have to clear out I'm going to have to clear this out and make a tunnel, some stairs a little bit farther down, and then clear out a fairly reasonably large room for chests and things like that. And I think that'll be my storage area for the village. But I'm actually running out of time to record today, so I'm going to call this the end of the episode. As you can see, a lot has gotten accomplished in the last couple episodes. Leave a comment, though. Let me know what you think. Stairs on both sides, stairs on the inside, or no stairs. I personally think I like the no stairs layout, but it's really, for me, it's a toss-up between stairs on the inside and no stairs. Stairs on the inside means that I can speed up the iron farming by pushing iron golems up into the fountain, but I don't think that's really all that important, because the primary function here is as a village, not as a golem farm. That's just a passive side effect that is unnecessary but useful. So yeah, that's the end of the episode for today. Hopefully I can get a decent amount done off camera again between episodes. I don't want to do too much off camera, but I'm finding it easier to do large amounts of work off camera and come back with updates instead of trying to do things on camera. It's just difficult for me to talk and build at the same time. So, as always, this has been Kondrik. This is the RockHouse Snapshot server, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.